What's the plan? How do we know they won't need more money next year? I'm going to answer this. Let me back up a little bit. You need a little bit of background. So over the last 20 years, town revenue has increased on average about 3.2%. However, the percentage spent on education has consistently decreased from 65% down to 53% of our whole budget. That's why Belchertown's per pupil spending is $4,000 less on average than our surrounding towns. So why is this happening? We shifted our priorities. We've had other pie slices getting bigger while the education pie slice is shrinking. The bottom line is, with the amount of money the town is bringing in, we can't afford the same public safety services, the programs, the schools that we had last year. Like I mentioned in a previous video, video 2, those fixed costs got really expensive. So how do we know this won't happen again? We need to make sure the education pie slice doesn't shrink. How? So this is a lot of information. Essentially what it tells us for fiscal year 2025, if both the school and the other departments got the same percentage based on how much revenue the town received, the schools would have been allocated $34 million, basically what they asked for that year. The other departments would have been underfunded. So how do we know it won't happen again? It could. It's really up to us, the voters. We need to make sure two things happen. One, reset the size of the pie to keep up with inflation. Two, we need to push for a new funding formula from our select board and finance committee, because what we've been doing isn't working. This can be done. Other towns approach their funding formulas very differently. We can call the solution an equity budget, where every department's going to sink or swim together. Amherst does this. There's an article in the research that I'm sharing below. Because really, we don't want to pit our departments against each other. We don't want our firefighters upset with the schools because the schools got more, or vice versa. We are one town. Every pie slice could be treated the same and could get the same percentage increase. With that said, the pie slices aren't the same size. The size of each slice should be a reflection of our priorities, and our local leaders need to ask us what those priorities are, so that the pie is truly a reflection of what we care about. So we need to really examine that funding formula, but also the school committee is forming a working group to foster collaboration in order to address these concerns. This working group should include our town manager, select board members, the superintendent, and our school committee. It was mentioned in the Friday Focus from the superintendent on March 28th, 2025. All those folks need to get around a table so that they can work together to navigate future budget plans, agree on next steps, discuss more efficient use of our buildings, and when and how to reorganize the grades into different buildings if that's deemed the best solution. Then they need to develop a plan that answers all of those questions and share it with us. Because ultimately, we heard a bunch of times, what is the long-term plan? What are we going to do? And I would urge you to reach out to your school committee members, to your select board members, the town manager, the superintendent, and tell them you want that working group to present their plan in early winter so that we know and can provide feedback before budget decisions are getting made. But you know, there's a lot of questions that people aren't asking, and they should be asking them. The next video is going to dig into those.